Hello, hello, all. Thank you for joining us again on the Almost Brothers podcast. Hey, will you do us a favor? If this podcast has meant something to you and encouraged you, will you consider becoming a monthly supporter? You could do $3, $5, $8, or $10 a month. What this does is this helps financially support the podcast so that we can continue to put out content and help better serve you. So if you would, down in the show notes, you can click the link, support, and become a monthly member. We love you. New episode coming your way. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to a brand new episode of the Almost Brothers podcast. Thank you for joining us again. We love you. We love your faces. On this episode, we're going to be talking about self-fulfilling prophecies and just the strength of our words. Coming up. Yeah, dog. What's up, Jake? How's it going?
Oh, man, I'm blessed.
Dude, I know one thing. That was a fire message this morning.
Yes.
Oh, my goodness.
I was just sitting here thinking, we ought to do this every Sunday right after service, man.
Pumped up, dude. Ooh. Yeah, it's awesome, man. I know our brothers, no pun intended, see what I did there? Our brothers from the... I can't do the echo. We don't have an echo thing. The Dudes in Christ podcast, cast. They do theirs on Sunday morning, but they do theirs before service.
Yeah,
so.
Yep.
Shout out to y'all. How's it going? But yeah, Jake, how's your week going?
It's going good. It's going really good.
Not bad. Or the end of the week, I guess.
End of the week, yeah.
Getting ready for a new one.
Yes, Valentine's Day.
Oh man, yeah.
I heard you've been celebrating like all week.
I'm trying. Your boy tries to,
go above and beyond.
Get in there and really. Yeah, we went out to eat Friday. To Colton's in Poplar Bluff. It was pretty good.
Yeah.
It took a while for our food to come out, but
our wives got together Saturday.
Yep.
Yes. So I got to hear all about the nice things that you've been doing lately.
I'm so sorry.
Thank you for that, by the way. I am an underachiever.
Like, right. Okay, I'm going to step it. Well, you still have, but Valentine's Day is officially tomorrow.
It's not over yet.
Right.
But yeah, I got to really raise the bar.
Got to do. So, do you have any plans? Because you won't hear this before then anyway.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
absolutely. So many plans, all the plans.
Yeah.
That's funny.
We're gonna go out and eat, I'm sure.
Yeah,
be nice to get away from the kids for a little bit.
Oh yeah, for sure.
It's always our biggest hang up. It's like when we go out to do stuff, we got the kids with us,
and I bet it's hard with not having y'all's parents, around to be able to come
here. We haven't found that church grandma and grandpa yet.
That like anytime you could.
We'd love to have.
Yep. Oh yeah. But, that's how, like mom, she is sometimes, but sometimes it's like, she's like, no, I don't want anybody today. I want to go home.
Right.
So she's usually the go-to, or if Lee doesn't work, then she's the go-to for us. But yeah.
Well, Ben's been at home more lately, so he's been helping out quite a bit.
Oh, and also thank you for the haircut recommendation. I'm very happy with it, man. Great. Thank you. I'm very happy with it. Yeah,
I was looking at this morning because I was up in the booth, but I was looking at the back of your head. I'm like, hey, she did pretty good.
Okay. Yeah, it was awesome. It was good. So we found the new place we're going to go, I think. Being able to schedule it is, man, with so much stuff going on, that helps instead of just all walk in. So, yeah, I'm excited. But yeah, talking today, man, about, the self-fulfilling prophecy. And this was your topic, man. And, such a good one because we kind of, sat down Saturday as the ladies were having coffee. We kind of sat down and we got to kind of discuss it a little bit, man. It was so good because I think it happens to all of us, and just share with our listeners, about the story you were telling me about Pastor, about something you said just jokingly and it.
So this was a topic that came up in one of my psychology classes, I approached you about it. I'm like, we can definitely put a spin on this, and people can relate to this, I think. But so Pastor was on me about just like negative self-talk and things like that.
Yeah.
Where he's, we were talking about finances or whatever, buying a house, something came up, and I don't remember what it was. Maybe he said something about they got too much money.
That's what, yeah.
It's like, who would buy that? Like somebody with too much money. And I was like, well, I'm never going to have that problem. He's like, don't say that.
Yeah.
Don't speak that over yourself. Well, that's kind of where this, you know, the idea was about the negative self-talk and then these self-fulfilling prophecies came from. But like, for example, let's just do some groundwork here. Basically a self-fulfilling prophecy, for those who don't know, is say we think that, like, we have a stereotype where the people from the city are rude. So then if we go into that relationship, or that, if we meet somebody from the city and we already think they're rude, then we're going to probably ignore them or be standoffish with them. And then in turns, they're going to, see that, and, we may just, they may see that and then not be that warm with us.
Right.
Right. So then it just, what it does, it does a vicious circle. And then so the original stereotype, or the original idea or thought that we had, is confirmed because of, in a way, our actions towards them.
Right.
So it's not really that they even did anything or had any part of it. It's kind of like, if you and I are going to go meet, like, say we were going to go meet one of the dudes in Christ, members or whatever, and I hadn't met him yet. And you're like, you're going to love this dude. He's awesome. He's so cool. And you got me pumped up about it. When I meet him, I'm going to be like, hey man, it's so nice to meet you. I've heard so much about you, and it's just going to be totally different than if you said, hey, we're going to meet this dude and he's kind of a jerk.
Right.
And
That's good.
Instantly be cold, and not as welcoming, and already have that concept in my mind of how he's going to be. And so then that's just going to shape that whole relationship.
Yeah.
So anyway, I just thought we could kind of take this, run it, put our little spin on it.
And I think that, I've been reading these leadership books, which I've never been big on, and here the past few months I've been on it, and they were talking about how, when you come home, especially in the ministry, and you come home, you've got to watch your speak, because that will imprint on your kids. They will feel a certain type of way about the ministry or about church because of, you're just kind of speaking. We all do it. We just speak about the negatives that have been going on, or, I'm frustrated at this kid because they did this in service or whatever. So you have to be careful at speaking that, because that'll imprint on somebody, and it'll make them start thinking that way. Like, oh, this is how it is. Say your kids may be called into ministry when they get older. They're going to have that mindset of, oh, this is tough and it's hard and it's constant negativity and stuff like that. So I think that that's one thing that we can instill into our kids. So we got to be careful about that with them, and same way, like, I know, like, teaching or coaching, you always want to give what they say, the sandwich, the two positives with the negative. Start out with a positive, give them, what you need to critique them or fix, and then end with a positive, because that way they're not just thinking the whole time like, oh my gosh, okay, here we go again. Coach is on me again, and they start, hey, why are you messing up? You keep turning the ball over. And then all of a sudden the kid starts thinking, maybe that's all I do, and then what happens is that snowballs into, now they're creating more turnovers because they're thinking about it. And I think we do that to ourselves, man. Like you said, even just jokingly, we may not mean anything by it, but we just say it. It's like, why do you say that? I was listening to a podcast where they were talking about, a cigarette smoker, and how, somebody offers you, or say you're quitting cigarettes, and somebody offers you a cigarette. A lot of times what you'll say is, oh no, I'm trying to quit. When really you should be saying, oh no, I don't smoke. Right. Just those words can change, even though they're both coming from the same place, they both mean the same thing, but the wording is different. You're saying, no, I'm not a smoker, as opposed to, I'm a smoker trying to quit. And it's really important, our words that we say, especially about ourselves, man. Right. I think that's also why it's so important to have somebody around you, like you, for me in my life, like to support you and say, hey man, you're awesome, man. I love you. I love being, stuff like that, to lift us up, so that we do have that self-talk. Right. To be able to say, man, I am a child of God. I am beautifully and wonderfully made. Like I have worth. Right. To be able to speak that over ourselves.
Yeah. And I think, like, in ministry, so we have a lot of relationships with people, and, maybe we have already established a relationship. So we kind of know the good, the bad, the ugly with people. Yeah. So we just have to be careful not to, kind of project that onto somebody else who's new.
Yeah. That's good. Yeah.
Because we may know in our heart what we're saying, and we're maybe just saying, yeah, this, seeing, picking a couple of the annoying things or something, but that's going to be the first thing that they see and look for in that person. Yeah. So I think it's just, critical that we don't voice that, especially if people don't know them.
Right.
If me and you have a mutual friend and we know them, we can cut up about it, like, whatever.
Yeah. Yeah.
They got a little tick that's kind of annoying. Yeah. But if it's somebody that know very intimate or very well, and I don't know at all, And I think you always have to be careful of how you know, because you really shape, you know, you can have the potential to really shape the way I feel about somebody.
Yeah.
And just because, you know, that maybe there's a couple of things that really irk you about them, I may get along with them great.
Right.
And I'll never have that opportunity to know them if I go into that.
That's good.
With my mind already made up that I'm not going to like this person.
Yeah.
So I just think it's up to us to, we really need to know our part in that. And take accountability for that.
Yeah.
Because we can't, I mean, we can't sit here and say like, well, I don't have nothing to do with it. I can't control the way you feel.
Right.
But we can kind of.
Oh yeah.
You
We
know,
can help shape that foundation, you know?
Yes, we absolutely can.
Cause have you ever met somebody that like so-and-so said y'all would never be friends. You probably won't like each other. And then it's like, you're the greatest friend.
Yeah,
it's like, wow.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's crazy how that happens, you know? And it's like, you know, you go back to that person. I can't believe y'all ever got along. It's like, well, yeah, most of us have more in common than we know, you know? So let's start out with some positives. Or if you don't have anything positive to say, maybe just say, oh yeah, I don't know them very well.
Right.
You know, you got to get to know them, or you know, hey, well, maybe they're not my cup of tea, but they might be yours.
Yeah.
Like, you know, sometimes our temperaments don't match, you know, other people's, and that's fine.
Maybe we're too much alike.
Right. Oh, that's good. Yeah,
Because a lot of times what really irks us in somebody else is something that we do.
Yeah.
You know,
That's good.
Missy and I've been talking about with raising the kids, and you know, Max is picking up things from me, you know.
Yeah.
And man, he'll do something that's really getting on in my nerves, and I'm like, oh man, I got to stop doing that because he got that from me.
So
you know,
funny.
I mean, that came straight from me.
Oh, that is so cool.
Yeah, so that's a lot of times it's just the fact that somebody's way too much like us.
Yeah. And I think that's especially with women and like teenage daughters, you know, I think that's a big thing of why they always butt heads is because they're just alike. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
That's why I keep messing with Jamie, because Sissy is, you know, the real girly girl and got the attitude. And I'm like, that is you. That is you. That was you as a kid. Like that. Oh my goodness. It's so
She was
funny.
like that.
Oh my goodness. The little sassy. What'd she say last night? We got her some makeup the other day and she walked in. I said, oh, you got your makeup? I said, yeah, I'm 5. I'm like, the head shake and like the hand on the hip. I'm like, James, that is you. Oh my goodness. It was so funny. But yeah, it's so easy, man. It really is to see the negative in situations. You know, we'll skip over 50 positive things and pick out the one negative thing, you know, either about somebody or about ourselves. You know, I don't think that any of us wake up in the morning and look in the mirror and say enough good things about ourselves. You know, or speak a life over ourselves and say, man, you are blessed. You have a purpose. Like you're going to go out and reach somebody today. No, we wake up and we say, man, I wish I could have it together a little more. I wish I was a little more organized. Why am I always running late? Why do I deal with this? You know, instead of looking at the positives or even if the positives aren't there, speaking those things into existence. Like, hey man, I'm going to go out and it's going to be a great day. No, we wake up and say, oh, well, today has started horribly. It's just going to be a bad day. You don't know that. Like, why are you speaking that? Because then you look for those things out of that day.
Yes.
You know, so it really is. It's important to speak that over yourself and over your life and over your kids. That's one thing that God checked me on recently is not just praying for the kids, not just, you know, lifting them up, you know, in my quiet time with God, but verbally speaking that over them to them. So that they hear that, like you are a child of God. So now I've been texting them, you know, if I'm at school already and they're on their way to school, I'll text them. I'll text Bubby and Lee and say, hey, you are a child of God. God has an amazing plan for your life. He loves you. And I hope you have a good day. Just speaking those words over them. And now I've been, you know, praying, you know, I've always prayed for my kids, but by myself. You know, and now I'm starting to speak that over them and talk to them at night and say, you know what, God has something amazing for you. You know, they may not understand what that means. You know, Sissy may, well, okay, yeah, God's awesome, yeah. But hearing that, you know, that's going to get instilled in them so that when they speak about themselves, they'll start, you know, saying that, oh man, maybe I do have a purpose. You know, man, God does love me. God does have plans for me. Yeah. And do you think that's something like dealing with what you deal with on a day-to-day basis with you know, addicts and former addicts, speaking that over themselves where, you know, this whole mantra, oh, once an addict, always an addict, you know, and automatically putting themselves on the defense as opposed to saying, you know what, I am changed. I am, I am different than I used to be. Who I used to be is not who I am now. Let's move forward.
Right. I know that I'll just speak of my own personal experiences because I don't know how much I'm allowed to talk about other stuff. But, so for me, like if I was ever to get in trouble or something, the way I always felt was that the person across the desk from me really didn't know me.
Yeah.
And that what is on a piece of paper, whatever I'd done or whatever I was going through does not define me.
Yeah.
That was me at a bad moment. That was me in a bad mistake or whatever.
Right.
And so for me, it was always frustrating because I felt like whoever it would be, a judge or a prosecutor, whatever, excuse me, they really didn't know me. They didn't, that I was nothing more than another piece of paper and just another, headache for them.
Right.
And, so I took that with the way I felt about all that and the way I felt I was done wrong sometimes. And I took it to this new job with me, and I do not look at that piece of paper until I've already established some sort of rapport with that client.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So I'm very honest with them. I do not look at I do not care. I do care, but I'm saying I don't want to know because I don't want to have my mind already made up
right
about somebody before I've ever heard a word come out of their mouth.
Right.
And then anyway, so it's worked well. It helps me build a relationship with them. It helps me build trust with them. I think that, I think just because I felt like that never happened for me.
Yeah, that's good.
I feel like that's what I took from all those bad experiences.
Yeah.
I took it into this with me, and I was like, I don't want somebody to feel like that at my desk.
Yeah.
Or in my presence, whatever. I want to treat them like a person first, and then talk about the substance use or the whatever they're dealing with, anger or whatever is going on. That's not who they are.
Yeah.
What's on that paper is not who they are. And then you got to let them know you're a child of God. You can be.
Right.
If they're not if they don't know anything about God, then you got to walk them through that process. But this is what the Bible says about you.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what you've been through, what you've done, how much bad, how much hurt you caused. None of that matters. You can change that today, accept Christ,
yeah,
serve him, make him Lord of your life. And you can write a new ending to this.
Yep.
And God throws that stuff, into the sea of forgetfulness, and it's not you. It's not who you are. It doesn't define you. And man, that's just what's cool, is just to get to walk people through that, see them understand that, and to see them, and just to see that transformation begin to take place. Obviously it doesn't stick for everybody.
Yeah.
Everybody wants it, but the ones that do, and it's so fulfilling. It's so rewarding. It makes it worth it to get up out of bed and go do what you do every day.
Yeah.
Because
and that's what makes you so good at it, is that you've went through that process. You've been there, and you could say, this is how I felt in that moment. I'm going to do the opposite of that.
Right.
Right.
And this is what somebody said to me and was effective. So I'm going to do more of that.
Yeah.
This made me want to run. This made me want to cut. This made, so I can take all those experiences. You're right. And apply that stuff, all the good, all the bad. And everybody's an individual. So what works for one doesn't work for the next.
Yeah.
That's why I have to spend time in prayer, and I have to ask the Holy Spirit to guide me in those conversations. Because like I said, it's unique. Everyone's unique.
Yeah.
What really, grips somebody and speaks to them doesn't even move the next person.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. It's just,
That's
but
good.
we do our part. It's just like you do it as being a youth pastor, man. You plant seeds and you let God water, and you let God take care of it and tend it.
Yeah.
We just do our part.
Right. And that's all you can do,
And we're real similar in that. I mean, you tell your story, you tell them kids where you were at, all the, the mistakes you've made. I've heard you're very blunt. You're very to the point. I've heard that story about you laying on the floor in that club, and that's what's real. That's what people hear, and they can hold on to it and say, man, this guy's no different than what I'm going through.
Yeah.
He's been there, or what, he's either been there or he knows, he's not judging me.
Yeah.
But nobody wants to feel like they're being judged.
Right.
And nobody wants to feel like they're worthless. You know what I mean? Nobody wants to feel like they're hopeless. And if they feel like it, that's one thing, but we don't need to, we don't need to treat them like that.
That's good. Yeah. We don't need to speak that over.
We don't need to speak that over. We don't need to encourage that feeling at all, man. We need to support them and show them that in Christ there's hope.
Right. Yeah, and that's how the same thing at school. You know, I've got in school suspension right now is a class that I've got. So you know, you get a lot of kids that come in there that maybe have long, you know, rap sheets or this is how they will. I understand that stuff's good to know. That stuff's good to have, so you know what you're dealing with. But I want to get to know the kid first.
Yeah.
You know, this kid may be disruptive in class, but you know, maybe he has a bad home life. You never know those things until you get to know the kid first. You know, so I think it's very important to form your own opinion and try to break through that wall that people seem to put up, you know, about themselves, you know, and again, speak a life over them. We've got to start doing that. We've got to use our words in a more positive light, especially with the world and everything is negative all the time. Where's the light going to come from? It's got to come from us. Yeah. You know, and the biggest, most powerful thing, life and death, is in your tongue. We got to start speaking better.
Yeah.
You know?
And, you know, they may have heard 100 negative things that day, most of them coming from them, you know, from themselves.
Yeah.
But if you can just say, you know, hey, looking good today, keep it up. I see what you're doing. I see the hard work you're putting in.
Yep.
And I'm proud of you. It can change somebody's complete, you know, just change the trajectory. I say it.
Trajectory.
Trajectory. Okay. So it can change the trajectory of their life.
Yeah. Yep.
But yeah, so we have that power and we have that as ministers. You have that responsibility.
Yeah.
I feel like we're each of us are called, you know, God's got work for us to do, and it's no longer just a want to, it's a have to kind of thing.
Yep.
And, I firmly believe that. But.
Oh yeah. Like, have you seen the videos, you know, where people just like, you know, they got their cameras out or whatever, and they just, somebody on the side of the road, like, hey man, it's amazing how beautiful you are. Just a random, and it just, you see it just radiate off of them. Yeah. You know, just somebody speaking just that simple over their life, you know? So how much more would somebody feel if, you know, we're saying, hey, you know what? God's got there's something on you. God's got a plan for you. Yeah. Whoa, what, for me? Yeah. You know, they may have been told their whole life, you're not going to be anything. You're not going to amount to anything. But to hear that, like, wow, God loves me. He's got a plan for me. Like, you know, that'll, like you said, that'll change somebody's what?
Trajectory.
Oh, come on, somebody. That's so funny.
My tongue got really thick right there. And I just could not get it.
I think, that's funny. Yep.
Oh, man. So, anyhow. I heard something, but I just don't know if I can say it. I don't know if I can say it without losing it.
Oh, gosh. Oh, no.
I heard you were possibly thinking about getting a cowboy hat.
Yeah. Did Jamie tell you this? Oh, my goodness. Oh, she tell me that is so funny. Yeah. That's so funny.
I was trying to picture it.
I was like, babe, I could be a good old boy. And she just starts laughing. I'm like, I've got a hat that's, and I put one of them, like, it's like the fedora on, and she's like, that's not the same thing. I'm like, all right, well.
So were you really contemplating getting a cowboy, like a 10-gallon?
I told her
hat?
I'm getting a good one, you know, one of them real nice ones. I was like, well,
stepped on your foot. Oh, that's funny. So I'm gonna have to loan you a pair of boots.
Oh, I'm going all, man. I'm telling you right now, overalls. I'm gonna do it, man. Y'all ain't ready.
I don't know. Ever since I heard that, I've been wondering what that would really look like.
Y'all already made fun of me. I had that Bass Pro hat.
No, I did not make fun of you. I did not make fun of you. That was Dalton Miller. He just said he knew you didn't fish.
Oh, that's funny. Oh, I am now. Come on, somebody.
Well, you can be riding horses.
I'm telling you, I'm a long day.
Oh, man, that's funny.
Oh, I'm telling you. I was like, babe, that'll do it, huh? The cowboy hat, that'll do it, huh? And she acts like, she's like, oh, no, huh? I'm like, okay, yeah, right.
Monday.
Yep.
Valentine's Day.
Cowboy hat, y'all ain't gonna recognize me. I'm coming in next Sunday. What's the cowboy tie? I'm gonna have one of them.
A bolo?
Yeah, buddy.
Get you some Ariat jeans.
Oh, it's going down. Yeah. Y'all's gonna be like, who is this walking in? I'm like, do you tip it? Howdy.
Yes. Howdy. Day, ma'am.
Howdy. I'm gonna have the handkerchief hanging up. It's going down, man. I'm telling y'all ain't ready for it. That's
I
funny.
cannot wait.
Oh, I can't wait to talk to Jamie after this. We're gonna have a little chit chat.
Oh man, I thought we needed to talk about that.
My cheeks hurt.
Oh man, well, you got anything else?
Oh
You gonna watch Super Bowl today?
no, I won't watch a second of it. Walking Dead comes back on, so
Okay.
yeah, I'm excited for that. That'd be it. We go to Cape. We'll be leaving out from here, going to Cape for this art gallery. Lee got first place with one of her things and second place with another one.
Oh, cool.
So they do like the showing from 2 to 3, and then 3 o'clock is the award show. So
Oh, awesome.
I'm very excited. Just to
She's
see
so
her.
talented.
Oh man, just to see her grow and it's crazy. So do that. Watch some Walking Dead. And that's about it. Hang out with the family. You?
Cool.
You're gonna end up watching, ain't you?
I mean, I'll watch the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't really care one way or another.
Right.
I'll
Were you
watch
just like right after the Kansas City game? Were you like, I'm not watching no more
Football's
football the
over,
rest of
man.
yep,
Football's
yep.
over.
That's how I am.
Yeah.
Once the Pats are out, I'm like, I,
mean,
won't watch
really,
another second.
I would like everybody asks me like, who do you want to win? I mean, I want the Bengals to win.
Yeah.
That way I can say my team lost to the Super Bowl champs.
That's true. Yeah, yeah.
You know, so-
That's how. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Do you think now? Do you want them to win? But do you think they'll win? And then I want your prediction.
Okay, my prediction.
Your
is
prediction on
if I
who
was
and
to-
score.
I'm not a gambling man, but if I were to gamble, I would put money on the Rams.
Okay.
Just because I just think they got too much on their
Yeah.
side of the ball. But I don't know. I mean, Burrow's a young kid, man. I think it'd be kind of cool.
Yeah.
You know?
That's very true. Yeah.
There's just a lot of
And it'd be
things going
crazy
on
with that new Kurt Warner movie that just came out.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty cool.
there. Yeah.
So what do you think?
Yeah, there's
Score?
just a lot. Score, man, I don't know. I think it's going to be fairly, I don't know. If I was, 28 Rams, 24 Bengals.
2024. Nice. Okay. A little low scoring game, a little defensive game. Okay. I like it. I dig it. I dig it. Yeah, that's going to be cool. And we'll see next episode. We'll see how close you were and how it went.
Or how close I was not.
Yeah. Oh, I love people. It kills me, man. I love people. Oh, I've been a Bengals fan my whole life. Like, stop it. I had one of the kids in
I
my
think everybody in Ohio, right? They're all like Browns fans, aren't they?
Yeah, they're supposed to be.
I mean,
I don't, dude.
I've never met anybody.
No.
Like, I'm a Bengals fan.
It kills me. I get kids at school. Yeah, I hope Bengals win, man. It's my team. I said, name 3 Bengals players.
Boomer Esiason. It's the only one I can name.
That's all they got.
Yeah.
Like you can go past any 3 players ever.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, they're like, no, I have no idea.
Yeah, I can't think.
Like,
of
okay, Ocho Cinco.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's about it.
We got 2.
Yeah, there you go. I'm like, you ain't no fan. Stop it. Nobody's a Bengals fan.
AJ Green. There we go.
Oh, there you go. Yep.
Got the third one.
Nobody is a Bengals. Oh,
So if we got our Bengals fans out there, I'm sorry.
yeah. I'm sorry.
really
We
not
don't win
intentional.
that. We don't win that.
I'm a Chiefs fan, so I'm a little salty, but he's not even a Chiefs fan.
No. None of that.
All right. Well, I think we ought to get off here and let these people go back to whatever they were doing.
I guess we love y'all, man. This is
so
awesome.
much. We enjoy doing this. Thank you for joining us for the Almost Brothers podcast. It's Michael and Jeremiah. Remember, if you don't have a home church and you live near Dexter, come check us out. 8:30 outside in the parking lot, 10 o'clock inside. We love y'all.
Yeehaw.